All right, so I'm joined here now with Tim and Robert. So now, Tim, you are the director of Hare Productions, and you are one of the actors in their upcoming show. So tell us about Hare Productions, just in general, before we get into what the show, The Fall of the House of Usher, is all about.
Hare Productions, the co-founder Lisa McKnight and I got together and we talked about the kind of shows that you don't normally see in the area that are maybe a little edgier, and thought it would be a good opportunity to do those. And instead of just playing with our friends, we decided to add a component where from each ticket sold, we would donate a portion of that to a local charity that spends most of its money locally. That's great, and we will talk about that charity coming up. First, let's talk about The Fall of the House of Usher. It's based off of Edgar Allan Poe, is that right? That is correct. It's the four characters. Anybody who's familiar with the short story, it's got the four characters that are in it, the Usher twins, the narrator, and the doctor. But they've injected 5 other characters, parents, to fill out the psychological nuances of the whole story. But otherwise, it's pretty much in line with what you know from reading in high school or college. Okay, and so now, Robert, you are playing Ed Allen, and you're going to do a little monologue for us. Tell us about your character really quick.
Well, my character, he is a childhood friend of Roderick Usher, who lives at the House of Usher. He's just an average guy. He hasn't seen Roderick in a long time. But once he comes to the house during a crisis, the house has an effect on him of bringing up a lot of his troubles from the past. And so he's forced to face a lot of his old ghosts.
Interesting. So now you're going to perform a little monologue for us. Take it away.
Sure. Thank you. Change is something that terrifies me. I've always wanted to believe that things could stay the same forever. This is the story. I don't have the luxury of being able to analyze things from a distance. I was inside. Once you go in, I don't think you can ever leave. When I first came down the driveway and saw this house, I saw Madeline looking out the window of her room. It seemed like she were waiting for me, like my daughter does sometimes at home. I parked the car and got out. When I looked back up at her window, she wasn't there, but I still felt I was being watched. The windows of the house seemed like eyes to me, as if a house could have eyes. What is this, Roderick? What is this place? Why are my hands trembling?
Wow, great job. Thank you so much for doing that. So I guess what else can people look forward to when they come to the show? How long have you been practicing for this?
Not as long as we'd like. We started a little late. I had just gotten done doing a show in Monterey Falls, and we kind of scraped the whole cast together and got it going beginning of April.
But I can tell you're well prepared and ready to go, and I appreciate you doing the monologue for us on the show, kind of throwing you out there. And now let's talk about the charity, because it's benefiting something very close to us here in Horseheads, the Horseheads Animal Shelter.
Yeah, it's just kind of thinking about things that are going on and what you see in the news and talking to people around. Each director for each show that we do, we have a four-show season this year. You just kind of choose the one you think that you could benefit most, and we just kind of chose the animal shelter for this one.
Great, thank you. So now remind everyone at home when, because it's coming up this weekend and next weekend, so when and where can you find tickets?
So it'll be this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 5th through the 7th, and then next weekend, the 12th through the 14th, 7:30 on Friday and Saturday, 2:30 on Sunday. Tickets are $15. They'll be available at the door. We're pretty new. We don't expect to get too much of a rush, but if you're concerned, you can contact us on our Facebook page, Hare Productions.
Great. Well, thank you both for joining us, and thank you for doing your monologue again. And again, it's a great cause, so go out and see The Fall of the House of Usher. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.